The jungle really is massive.
It's huge, sir.
Huge.
It's enormous. You'll get lost. You've got to be prepared when you go to the jungle. Yes, take a map. It is enormous. Huge. Hello.
Booyakasha.
Well done. Well, we'll keep spreading the message.
Big up yourself.
The jungle is massive, all right?
That's right, jungle is massive. Shout outs to everybody for listening in. It's Drumslinga Weekly podcast. I'm your host, Pat Wilson, aka The Architect. Here for episode number 3 from the Drumslinga Lab, coming at you right now. Thanks again so much for listening and watching. If you're listening to the audio-only version of this podcast, we do recommend you check out the video version as well. And we have a new YouTube page that's Drumslinga Weekly, so just head over to YouTube and search for Drumslinga Weekly. You'll be able to find us there. Be sure to subscribe, like, all that good stuff so that we can continue to put out more new content for you guys. And I'm really excited about some of the stuff that we have coming up, including big live stream this Saturday from an undisclosed location in Los Angeles. Gonna have some killer DJs out there, so you're gonna have some information on that event. And again, that's gonna be a live stream. We're gonna be out there in the wilderness near the train tracks, laying down some drum and bass, and we're gonna have a lot of Drumslinga residents out there. So hopefully you guys are gonna be able to tune in. We're gonna get started at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's gonna be this Saturday, which is, I believe it's gonna be January 23rd. So excited about that one. And again, you can catch these Drumslinga Weekly live broadcasts. We're going to start doing at least once a week at twitch.tv/Drumslinga online. All right, y'all. And also, I just want to make sure everybody knows you can interact with us at any time. Hit us up on the Jungle line. It's actually toll-free worldwide. The number is 833-7-JUNGLE. And leave us a message there if you have any questions or shout outs or whatever you want to do here on the show. And we'll be sure to get you included. Making a worldwide community here. Drumslinga Weekly. So yeah, as we get into more 2021 business, of course, I just wanted to put this segment of the show so that we can go over some of the different things that we have as far as the COVID-19. We can all ignore it, and I'm sure we're all sick of talking about it, but ultimately it's still something that's affecting a lot of our lives. And unfortunately, the government, at least here in the United States, has not done an outstanding job with anything really when it comes to this virus. And of course, when it comes to the vaccine, we're in the same boat right now, and it's been about a year since this virus hit the scene. Right now, currently, what you see here on our screen, if you're watching the video, we do have an interesting reopening for Disneyland. It wasn't quite the happiest place on earth a lot of people were hoping for. They're actually using Disneyland currently as a corona vaccine site. So right now, you can't get on any rides or anything, but you can, if you're 65 and older, you can make an appointment through this app called Othina and go over there to Disneyland and get the vaccination for the coronavirus. So, no Mickey Mouse or anything like that going on as far as, good times for the family, but I think it's a great time for the family if everybody lives. So, right now, according to county health officials, they opened this up on Tuesday, and again, that was just for the residents 65 and older. And Disneyland is actually the first of 5 super POD sites in Orange County scheduled to open, with the capacity to vaccinate thousands of people, so every day. And I just thought that was pretty interesting there. Heading over to Disneyland and getting those shots. This was an interesting one. I'm sure we all remember the 90s if we're old enough to do so. And if we do, we remember Lil Bow Wow. Well, here is images, actually, or video from a show that just happened last week in Houston. And you can see the 33-year-old rapper here at Clay Houston nightclub. This was actually a Larry Morrow's all-black birthday weekend celebration, and it included performances from Meek Mill, Trey Songz, and Terrence J, just to name a few people. So, of course, and inevitably, in this day and age, Bow Wow has taken a lot of flack for this show, and I believe rightfully so. I mean, if we just go back here and take another look at the video, you can clearly see that there's a lot of people in there, no mask on, indoor gathering. You know, it's really crazy to see this, and to put your life in jeopardy over a Bow Wow show like this is a little crazy to me. But, you know, I feel like we're on the verge of at least making some form of progress with the vaccine. But at the end of the day, you know, endangering people, or even, you know, people that might not be at that event that you could possibly get sick, I just don't think it's worth it. So right now, people definitely feeling some type of way about Bow Wow, and a lot of those people went on to social media. So Bow Wow tried to respond to the backlash there on social media. He tweeted out, actually, the following: "Man, I've been hosting parties all year. I wore my mask in the club. I can't host with that thing on." And another message actually just read that, you know, he wore his mask for the entire performance, and he only took it off for his 2005 hit track, Like You. Interesting there, but yeah, I mean, as performers, I think that we do, and, you know, promoters and people that put these events together, we do have to share a certain amount of responsibility when it comes to something as dangerous as a pandemic that can affect people's health and affect people's families' health and things like that. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's up to artists and promoters to try and be responsible about it. And if you're going to try to do something, it's got to be very low capacity right now. It's got to be outdoors. And I mean, there's ways to do things indoors, but this is definitely not it. So anyway, big up Lil Bow Wow on that one. In other Rona-related news here, it seems that our current president, or I guess former president, today's inauguration day, Joe Biden and Trump were differing on their belief on how we should roll out this virus, or I'm sorry, the vaccine. So it seemed that initially Trump came out and he was saying that he wanted to give as many people the vaccine as we had as far as the second vaccine. So, you know, it's 2 doses that you need in order to be fully vaccinated for COVID-19. So his plan was, yeah, it might take a little more time, but at least this way we ensure that everybody that gets that first vaccine can get the second dose in a very timely fashion. Whereas it seems that President Biden had a little bit different opinion. He was in favor of just releasing all available COVID vaccination doses, despite the number of people or the amount of second doses that would be available. So that would mean, inevitably, especially given the track record so far, some people would probably go without getting that second dose, which makes the entire vaccination a little bit, or actually significantly less effective against COVID. So, in a very rare time here, I actually do agree with Trump on this specific point. I think it makes more sense to make sure people get the first and second dose. Otherwise, if we have a bunch of people half, vaccinated, they can still potentially spread the virus at higher rates. We're never going to get to herd immunity. And speaking of that, in this CNN piece that I have here on the screen, they're actually saying that medical experts are saying that with the current U.S. vaccination rate, which has been very sluggish because of bureaucracy and mistakes that are being made by government, locally and federal, that it could take up to 3 years for us to get to herd immunity. Which, last year they were talking about something completely different. They're expecting herd immunity to happen probably around now, and it does not look like that's going to be anywhere near the case, especially given the fact that we are making a lot of mistakes when it comes to rolling out the vaccine.
Yo, what's up, party people? Welcome. We're about to get into the music right now. Got some big releases for you today. Some fun stuff to talk about on Darkitect's Drops. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on into it.
Yeah,
getting it started.
About breaking records, Wooden's actually
talking about this.
We had one of the highest new infection rate days.
Legend in the drum bass scene, Caliber,
and that was
coming out with a new album. This one's been long awaited. This one is titled Feeling Normal.
And don't worry, I'm not going to talk about COVID for that much longer.
Some real jammers on here.
Uplifting subject.
More of that Caliber style. So many you've come to know and love.
The Men's Health Clinic.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing all the jams on this one.
Healthcare workers, etc.
Caliber, definitely, he put a lot into this. He's been working on this album for years. And
vaccine.
According to him, he says this whole album is special to me. Everything on there has import and meaning beyond for me. I've spent much time on all these, and I hope they're special for other people too. And from what I've heard so far, I can definitely tell it's going to be dope.
And even crazier about
you can pre-order this one now, digital album, or you can get the 12-inch vinyl pre-order at Caliber's Bandcamp page. And I'm going to scroll that around the bottom. It's caliber.bandcamp.com. And again, this is Feeling Normal. Can't wait.
In a day, depending on how many people didn't show
Big up Caliber.
And to me, that's insane. You've been trying so hard to get this vaccine in order and into people's arms and out here where we can use it.
Yeah, so like I was saying,
to hear that clinics,
big liquid mix from a U.S. drum and bass legend.
Places that are
this is a liquid mix just released on January 14th by the legendary Diesel Boy.
This
That's right, an unexpected 2-hour liquid mix. It's available for download actually at his SoundCloud page. 130 minutes of fire.
First responders, they were not in that first tier.
And yeah, I mean, liquid tracks spanning from the 2000s, a little bit of stuff from the late 90s all the way up to present day. And those double, triple drops we've all come to love from Diesel Boy. All present in this mix. It's recorded at D-Cell Studios in Brooklyn, New York, and released by Planet Human. You can, as I said, pick up the heavy breathing mix over at Diesel Boy's SoundCloud page. SoundCloud.com/DieselBoy. Big up for him on this one. I like this. It's a really good mix.
That was really cool. Of course, the county.
Make sure you cop that one for those, early 2021 vibes. Selecta.
But, is the trash can gonna
and here's one from a group that I haven't really heard a whole lot from.
Either one.
The Rhythm Punks.
Doesn't make any sense to me that
and they are actually a Bristol band.